Hello everyone and welcome to my Autodesk Revit tutorial. In today's Autodesk Revit tutorial, I will show you how to model a reinforced concrete staircase like this over here. So I will split this tutorial into two parts. The first part would be to show you how to create this reinforced concrete staircase. And the second part is to show you how to do the rebar modeling for this staircase over here. So I'll just quickly open up a plan view over here, level 1. And I will draw the staircase to the left over here. So proceed to the architecture tab over here. And proceed to the stair button over here under the circulation category. So click on stair. And let us draw the staircase. So first we need to check the base level. We must make sure it is at level 1. And that there's no base offset over here. And we must now make sure that the top level is level 2 and the top offset is set to 0 over here. So I will just quickly draw in the staircase and refine it later. And I will just select this and move it such that it is touching over here. And I'll click on Finish Edit Mode over here. And you might have noticed that I have some warnings over here, so I'll just ignore them for now over here. Now I will create the section views that will aid us in visualizing our staircase. Like so. So I will select this section view and double click on it. And I can see my staircase over here. And let me click on the reveal hidden elements here. So you can see that there's a railing over here, but that's not really important for our stage right now. So these section views will aid us in the rebar drawing phase later on. So now let's proceed to an elevation view. So click on the west elevation view over here. And the staircase that we're drawing is the one on the right over here. The one on the left is the one that I drew previously. As you can see, the rebar is sticking out, so this is the one that I drew in previously. So the staircase that we just modeled over here did not reach the desired height. So select it and click on the Edit Stairs button over here. And select this run over here. We can see that the relative top height is 3 meters, which is correct. And relative height over here is 2 meters over here, which is correct. So now let's try rectify the issue by just by adding one more step over here. So let us drag it out by 1 over here. And let us see it in the elevation view. So you can see that it's still not reaching the correct height. So let's try draw in another one over here. And now we have the exact number of steps needed to reach the second level over here. Click on Finish Edit Mode over here. So you might have gotten this error when you've clicked on the Finish Edit Mode button. So now let's troubleshoot things. So proceed to the Annotate tab again. And click on the Thread Number button over here. And select the staircase that we just drew in. So as you can see over here, we have an additional step over here that Revit is detecting. And this additional step is the cause of the warning just now. So select the staircase again. Go back to Edit Stairs. So to fix this issue, click on the problematic staircase run over here. And uncheck End with Riser. Click on Apply and Finish Edit Mode. And now this staircase doesn't have a warning error over here. And we no longer see the 16th step over here. So that's the way to fix this issue. So now that we've already successfully modeled in the reinforced concrete staircase, I will show you some additional settings that are really useful for your staircase over here. So you can actually edit quite a lot of stuff with the edit type button over here. So there are quite a few sections over here: calculation rules, construction, supports, graphics and identity data, and IFC parameters over here. Starting with calculation rules, you can set the maximum riser height here and the minimum tread depth and the minimum run width over here. You can also edit the calculation rules, but you don't really need to touch this given the fact that Revit can create staircases quite well on its own. Now moving on to the construction section over here. So you can edit the run type over here just by clicking on this dialog box on the right. And for the underside, you can have it smooth like this or step like this instead. Okay, just delete the rebar for now. So you can have it step like this or smooth like previously over here. So I'll just click on cancel. Oops, I'll just change it back to smooth and apply. And underneath the underside surface, there's structural depth over here. So you can actually change the thickness of your staircase slab based on the calculations that you've come up with. So you can change it to, let's say, 150 millimeters over here, and so on and so forth. And you can actually change the material finishes over here. Right now it is set to concrete cast in situ. You can click on the dialog box and choose different options over here. You can choose concrete cast in place, 35 megapascals over here, for example, and select that. And for the treads, you can actually edit them. You can give a tread thickness, for example, over here of 5 centimeters. And you can adjust the tread profile. Right now, I don't have the correct profiles loaded in. These are just universal beams over here, so don't use them. And for nosing length, it refers to the distance going outwards over here. So to demonstrate this, I'll just type in 50 over here, 50 millimeters, and you can see that the tread has this part sticking out over here. That's the nosing length over here. And the nosing profile is set to default. You can set it to radius, for example, and it will have a curve over here. And moving on to the riser section, you can add additional material over here to decorate it. And you can actually make it slanted over here, for example, like this. It's all up to you. And the riser thickness, you can actually adjust it over here. You can make it, let's say, 50 millimeters over here, and it'll be pretty thick, and so on and so forth. And again, you can change the riser profile. Right now, I don't have anything that's suitable over here, so I'll leave it be. And this is the setting that will adjust the riser to thread connection. So right now, it's currently set to extend riser behind thread over here. You can extend the thread under the riser, for example, like so. Or you can choose join all risers and threads over here. So with this setting, all the risers and threads are joined up as one. And moving on to the supports now, you can have a stringer over here, for example. So in 3D, it would look like this over here. So back to edit type, you can have a stringer on the right hand side and left hand side over here. Or you could have a carriage over here that's open, and open over here, for example. And you can actually add additional supports in the middle over here, for example. But you can't really see it over here. You're using the reinforced concrete staircase. And that's it for today's Autodesk Revit tutorial. If you found it useful, like this tutorial, share this tutorial, and subscribe for more Autodesk Revit tutorials like this. And if you find my work useful, do consider being a patron. So in part 2 of this staircase series, I will show you how to draw in the rebar for your staircase over here. And until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.